sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready. No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This will allow me to retort. Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense show. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. We're going to bump over to Vice President-elect Pence is speaking right now about the Obamacare fight. Maybe not. Kind of missed it there. Let's see. Give me 1 second. What's going on is a bill has been placed on the floor. They started the process to start repealing Obamacare piece by piece. Not everything's going to get repealed, and most of it's going to get replaced. I know Chuck Schumer was out there throwing a lot of fear. What's funny is he's screaming about, it's going to increase the cost of insurance. Thanks a lot, you moron. We already have that because of your Obamacare. It's amazing the stupidity that goes on with these politicians. All right. I'm just bouncing around to... Here it is. Hold on.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you to the Speaker and to the leadership for the warm welcome today at the House Republican Conference. I'll be meeting later today with members of the Senate at their weekly luncheon. And this is a day that our message is very simple. On behalf of the President-elect and on behalf of all the leadership, that we are 16 days away from the end of business as usual in Washington, D.C. Today our message is very simple. Working with the leadership here in the House and in the Senate, we're going to be in the promise-keeping business. The President-elect campaigned all across this country. He gave voice to the frustrations and the aspirations of the American people. He laid out an agenda to make America great again. And my message on his behalf today before this conference and before members of the Senate is that we intend to keep those promises. That begins with assembling a government and the energetic effort through the course of this transition to build a cabinet that will be able to implement that agenda. Speaks for itself. It'll literally begin on day one. Before the end of the day, we do anticipate that the President-elect will be in the Oval Office taking action to both repeal executive orders and also set into motion through executive action policies to implement promises that were made on the campaign trail. Working with the Congress, we're going to have that classic three-part agenda that the President-elect talked about so often on the campaign trail. Jobs, jobs, jobs. The focus is going to be from day one to work with the Congress, and you heard about the efforts this week to begin to roll back the onerous regulations that have been stifling growth in the American economy and stifling jobs and opportunities. We're going to be working with the Congress over the course of the first several months to construct the kind of tax reform for businesses and individuals that will unleash the bound-up energy in the American economy. We're going to keep our promises to end illegal immigration, build a wall. We'll have an infrastructure bill. We'll invest in rebuilding our military as our Commander-in-Chief marshals strategies with our military commanders to hunt down and destroy ISIS. But the first order of business is to repeal and replace Obamacare. And that was our message today, and it'll be our message on Capitol Hill. And it needs to be done, not just as a promise kept, but because in the course of this election, the American people had a choice. And what appeared to many as against all odds, oftentimes with overwhelming opposition, our president-elect took his case to the American people to repeal and replace Obamacare, and the American people voted decisively for a better future for health care in this country. And we are determined to give them that. The reality is that I was here in March of 2010 in another capacity when Obamacare was signed into law. I remember all those promises. We were told that if you like your doctor, you can keep it. Not true. We were told if you liked your health insurance, you can keep it. Not true. We were told that the cost of health insurance was going to go down. Not true. The reality is today, premiums this year are increasing by an average of 25% in some states. In Arizona, premiums went up this year 116%, 63% in Tennessee, 53% in Pennsylvania, 40% in North Carolina. Obamacare has worked a hardship on American families, on American businesses, and in a very simple conclusion, the American people have sent new leadership here because Obamacare has failed, and it has been rejected by the American people. But now it's the time for us to keep our promises. Step one will be to repeal Obamacare. But as the President-elect said today, and I admonished members of the House Republican Conference today, it's important that they remind the American people of what they already know about Obamacare, that the promises that were made were all broken. And I expect you'll see an effort in the days ahead to talk about the facts around Obamacare. And secondly, of course, is to begin that orderly transition to something better. The truth is that the commitment that the President-elect made was to repeal and replace Obamacare. And as he said this morning in a tweet, it will be important that we be careful as we do that we do that in a way that doesn't work a hardship on American families who've gained insurance through this program, doesn't work a hardship on our economy. And as I told the House Republican Conference today, we're working on a strategy in concert with the leadership of the House and the Senate for both a legislative and executive action agenda to ensure that an orderly and smooth transition to a market-based healthcare reform system is achieved. The Speaker of the House used the word stable, and we will do that. In his famous speech in Philadelphia, the President-elect spoke about an orderly transition. And
all right, I'm going to jump in here because it's kind of the same thing going over and over. The Democrats who have been losing elections since Obamacare haven't got it through their head that it's going to stay. Hi, Kel. Good morning. Obamacare is a failure on every level that was promised to us people. And I don't want to say they're promised. They were straight out lies pushed down the Americans' throat to try to make us think it was going to be a great law. When from the start, everybody knew it. Well, anybody that wasn't a kiss-ass Democrat knew it was going to be a failure. Because you tell me right now, if it's so great and it was going to be the cream of the crop, why did they have to mandate it? You don't mandate something like that if it's going to be so great. And now the rhetoric that goes on is kind of sad. Because they're trying to, Schumer's out there, well, let's back it up and Trump tweeted this morning, and I love how he does that because he's going straight to the people. He's bypassing the media. So they don't have a chance to put their spin on what he has to say. Republicans must be careful in that the Dems own the failed Obamacare disaster with its poor coverage and massive premium increases. Like the 116% hike in Arizona, also deductibles are so high that it is practically useless. Don't let the Schumer clowns out of this web. Massive increases of Obamacare will take place this year, and Dems are to blame for this mess. It will fall of its own weight. Be careful. So, that's when Chuck Schumer came out and blasted Republicans for planning to repeal and replace the health. For the longest time, it was they want to repeal. They want to repeal. They don't have anything set. They have to have something set if they want to repeal it. Oh, they got something to replace it with. Oh, look at that. They just want to destroy it. But Schumer went on, it's chaos rather than affordable care. Because once you repeal and don't replace it with anything, lots of things happen. Costs go up. Already happening, dumbass. All the insurance companies and everybody else in charge are going to charge a lot more because they are not sure what's going to happen. You mean like what is going on right now? Some people are paying as low as $700 a month and then have a deductible of up to $15,000 per year. And I'll tell you right now, some of those people were only working on $20,000, maybe $30,000 per year. So it ate up their whole paycheck to have health care. So excuse me if I'm not jumping up and down to protect this failure. Oh, look, Charlie Chris, the flip-flopping fish is there. You're going to lose a lot of benefits unless the Republican puts tens of billions of dollars down on the table. They're like the dog who caught the bus because you can't repeal a plan and put nothing in its place. That's the problem, jackass Schumer. See, they have to push lies and fear because the truth does not work for them. They tried pushing lies about the 25 or 26-year-old staying on their parents. Well, that's been proven that was an outright lie by the Democrat. They lied about the pre-existing condition. That was proven. So now they're going to try the high-cost route. Well, we're already paying fucking high cost, you dumbass. That's what I don't understand. These idiots that are in office, they've been losing election after election after election. And they still try to fight to save it. You see, I feel sorry for St. Pete area. They got Charlie Crist. This man has no moral compass, has no moral ground. He will say and do anything as long as it protects his job. He's worse than most politicians.
That those of us in the United States Congress understand that we have to realize what our role is, and that is to be good Americans, to be good citizens, to look out for each other and do the right thing.
And fuck each other over, spread fear, the sky is falling, the sky is falling.
Never shy away from doing it, even if you don't get things passed. And, you know, that's going to be difficult from our side of the aisle. But if you're sincere about what you're doing, keep doing it, don't give up, stay in the fight, because people are counting on you out there that you may never meet in your life. Thanks.
Yeah, because you think you're too special and you don't go around meeting them. They're going to keep fighting just to fight. I mean, they started a war room. The Democrat Party is building a war room to fight against Trump. Holy shit, what would have happened if the Republicans did that against Obama? They would have had a friggin' heart attack. Oh, look. Schumer and the cronies. Oh, and they got to sign up. Make America sick again. You mean the slogan that you've attacked and called racist and all this other, now you're trying to use, make America sick again. That's what Obamacare does. I'm not even going to put this on because I will be screaming and yelling nonstop. The minority is trying to fight against what Americans want. Period. That was an overwhelming populist vote. And we're going to hear more rhetoric. Chuck Schumer is just going to be a continuation of Harry Reid lies. Democrat Party Democrat Party is destroying itself over Obama. And I can't believe that they would do that to themselves over what? His legacy? That's how sad these people are. They get knocked down and they want to continue to fight the same way that they just lost. And what's funny is, at least Harry Reid, when he talked, he would talk with his head up. He would look down at his notes, talk, look down at his notes. Schumer looks down at his notes more than anything. He's talking to a podium. They're trying to rally, and they're rallying around a lost cause, a lie. The cost the money that it's going to take to keep Obamacare going, and it's still going to be breaking the bank on millions of Americans. More people are without insurance now than there was to begin with. That's the funny part. They keep touting, we got all these people on that didn't have insurance. They went on Medicaid. Obama could have corrected the issues with the health care that were there. He could have, for example, done pre-existing condition. He could have done the 25-year-olds staying on their mom and dad's insurance. There was another one that I was going to bring up. But the point is, they could have done this in small batches. Oh, and they could have just expanded Medicaid to cover those who didn't have insurance already. And I'm just a wild number, so don't be contacting me. That number's unrealistic. The number was at like 14,000, I think it was, a year income. That would put you on Medicaid. Well, you bump it up to 30,000, 40,000 for a family to make them eligible. That would have put a lot of people in health care. It would have helped a lot of people. And it wouldn't have done the damage that this did. But no, our country is too busy paying illegal immigrants paying foreigners health benefits than worry about taking care of our own residents. And that's exactly what's going on. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, and we will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
Good morning.
I'm Michael Wright.
And I'm Shannon Wright.
Okay, folks, that's not how it goes. I think I'm Shannon, and you're Michael.
Yeah.
Okay. We are The Right Way with Shannon and Mike.
Join us from 7 to 9 a.m. Eastern Time.
Live on SHR Media.
And on TECN.
Where we'll be talking about all kinds of things.
From sports and politics.
To food and entertainment.
To money.
Family.
And anything else in between.
Community, holidays, all kinds of things.
It'll be great. Join us from 7 to 9 a.m. Eastern Time.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our Gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
The bloviating Zeppelin. He's big-footed enough radio shows to last a lifetime, courtesy of Sean, Clint, Ken, and Jersey Joe. Now it's time for him to waddle on his own 2 feet. Via the glorious SHR Media. Gird thy loins for the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. Coming soon to Ossicles near you. Excelsior.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians.
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
A team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cow for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as is the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its host, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. So I'm sitting here during that break, and I'm watching the Democrats up there yammering on. And I'm sitting here bouncing on my chair. They actually put Nancy Pelosi out there. Well, I got one thing to... Well, more than one thing. Hey, Nancy, you dumbass, idiotic, moronic, worst politician. How about you pass what the Republicans have to put forward for you to know what's in it? She's up there bitching about the cost. Up there bitching that they're trying to save the American people. You haven't worried about the American people. You've worried about your job, your financial. You use the collapse of our economy to your financial advantage. You knew it was coming, so you made trades that benefited your pocket. So don't tell me you're worried about the American people. They're out there pushing the same lie over and over and over and over again because that's all Democrats have is lies and fear-mongering. We've heard about the sky is falling for how many years now from the Democrats, and the sky is still up in the fucking air. They want to talk about costs. It's going to cost something like $1 trillion into Obamacare. And they're worried about a couple of $1 million to start over again. My head actually hurts from their rhetoric. I do not believe a single fucking word these morons say. I laugh because do they really believe anything they have to say? Oh, here comes sellout Bernie Sanders. Yes, let's believe what Bernie Sanders has to say after he sold out.
I was the first and only potential GOP candidate to state there will be no cuts to Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. Now, the point is, Trump didn't just say this in passing. He didn't say it in the middle of the night. He didn't say it in a particular interview. This was a cornerstone of his campaign.
Did he just say he was the first GOP candidate?
Over and over again. Donald Trump said he will not cut Social Security. He will not cut Medicare. He will not cut Medicaid. Therefore, one of two things are true. Either Donald Trump simply lied to the elderly and the working people of this country.
Like you did.
Just made campaign promises.
Like you did.
He had no intention of ever keeping. That is one reality. Or there is another reality. And that is right now, before Congress wastes an enormous amount of time, Donald Trump has got to come forward, maybe through a tweet, one of his tweets, and say clearly that Donald Trump will veto any legislation that cuts Medicare, that cuts Medicaid, or that cuts Social
And none of it has talked about cutting Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security. It's more rhetoric, the same crap we've heard for years. They're going to do away with Social Security. How many decades have we heard that? Guess what? Still here.
Okay. Questions? Oh. Go ahead, Frank.
Why don't you be available for questions? I'm sure we'll do that.
It's the same rhetoric over and over and over again. Oh, my God. And as I got talking about for a moment, they're starting a war room to battle President-elect Trump, pressure the Republican administration on a variety of policy matters, and train a spotlight on Russian alleged cyber attacks to influence 2016 election. Why is this election any different than the last 75 fucking years that we've had Russia trying to influence? Oh, yeah, because Democrats are a bunch of crybaby pussies that can't take a loss anymore. They think they deserve to win every election. Well, give Hillary Clinton a fucking participation award, shove her back in a closet, and tell her to shut the fuck up. Oh, I was doing so good lately without cussing, and this one's just... I'm serious. This has me agitated. They've hired specialists, and they've hired people. This is what I find funny. They hired staff to the DNC's new communication and research operation to be staffed by former aides to Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign. You know, the ones that were so great at damaging Donald Trump in the first place, sarcastically saying that. Then they also band together with the Center of American Progress and American Bridge. The DNC has hired John Neffinger, a longtime operative who runs the Franklin Forums, to serve as an interim communication director and oversee the national party operation. He'll be joined by two Clinton veterans who spent the campaign focused on Trump, researching his background, monitoring his statements, and trying to drive negative media coverage of his presidency. So they're the party of negativity, the party of no, party of obstruction. And the Democrats are saying, this is what we think matters to the average American. You don't know what the fuck we think or care about. You got your head so far up your backside, you're just out there trying to protect Obama's legacy at the cost of the American people. They don't care. Nancy Pelosi doesn't give a rat's ass. This is the same woman who said you have to pass it to know what's in it. And now she's complaining it's a huge failure. Oh, my God. I'm... The problem is they really don't have the numbers. And if they block and block and block, they're going to give power to the Republicans. And in 2018, well, Democrats are going to lose more seats. So they got to watch this fine line that they're playing, because they've been losing that fine line for a very long time now. And for some reason, whatever reason, they can't wrap their head around that fine line. It's amazing how they just can't understand the basic, simple things. And it's Nancy Pelosi that leads the charge with all of this. The minority leaders are up there telling the Republicans what's going to happen. I think some people have lost touch with reality. They ought to be more worried about how they could work and try to compromise instead of telling the majority party what's going to happen. Because when the Republicans were the minority and the Democrats were the majority, they didn't give a rat's ass what the Republicans thought, and they came out and said it. In fact, they came out and said, try winning an election. I believe that was Harry Reid, and Obama came out and told the Republicans, if you want to get bills passed, try winning an election. See, I'm not going to say that to these dumbasses, because I'm not going to be arrogant to think that the Republicans have it locked up. And when you start thinking that way, you're on your way down as a party. They have a lot of senators that are going to be up for re-election in 2018. They're in red states right now that Trump won. And all I keep hearing is, yeah, and usually the election after a party wins big, they usually lose a few seats because people are tired of them. Well, what I'm seeing right now is people saw what the Democrats were doing, and they didn't like it. And they've been slowly they've been coming to the realization that the Democrats aren't doing shit. So I'm not buying into their bullshit, not because I'm a conservative, because it is what it is. Bullshit. It's rhetoric. It's propaganda. They're out there throwing the sky is falling to try to save their ass. Plain and simple. They're just trying to save their ass and save face. Not too... they're not convincing me. Really, they're not. The rhetoric, And that's all it is to me, is a bunch of rhetoric. And it is. All right, it's that time for breaking, and I'm going to stop listening to these jackasses and get on with the show, with the news and other articles to talk about. And you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
Good morning.
I'm Michael Wright.
And I'm Shannon Wright.
Okay, folks, that's not how it goes. I think I'm Shannon, and you're
so.
Michael.
Yeah.
Okay. We are The Right Way with Shannon and Mike.
Join us from 7 to 9 a.m. Eastern Time.
Live on SHR Media.
And on TECN.
Where we'll be talking about all kinds of things.
From sports and politics.
To food and entertainment.
To money.
Family.
And anything else in between.
Community, holidays, all kinds of things.
It'll be great. Join us from 7 to 9 a.m. Eastern Time.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
The bloviating Zeppelin. He's big-footed enough radio shows to last a lifetime, courtesy of Sean, Clint, Ken, and Jersey Joe. Now it's time for him to waddle on his own 2 feet via the glorious SHR Media. Gird thy loins for the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. Coming soon to Ossicles near you. Excelsior.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on SHRmedia.com and HighPlainsDailyNews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid promos.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mud Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. I'm kind of dumbfounded at the audacity of the Democrat Party. Seriously, I mean, holy shit. It takes balls to go out there and just blatantly lie to the American people like that. I mean, how do you sit there and just blatantly lie to save a legacy? The American people have been hurting bad. They've been hurting. And you're going to go out there and just outright lie. It's I'm dumbfounded. Absolutely dumbfounded. Listen, the Democrats were, well, they're going to have to prove that they have something else. They're going to have to show that they're going to have to let us see it. You didn't let us see it. You didn't let the American people see Obamacare. So why the hell do they get to say we need to see it? Tell me, why do they get to mandate what goes on? We didn't. We didn't get to see one aspect. But they got to mandate everything. Oh, that was nice of them. That was real nice of them. They told us, what's going to happen And we had to sit there and take it like good little boys and girls. I'm just... I'm dumbfounded. I really am. I guess us peons don't have a right to know, but they have a right to know everything. Every goddamn thing they have a right to know. That takes balls. That takes balls to come out and pretty much tell the American people to piss off so they could do whatever they want. They never cease to amaze me. The Democrats never cease to amaze me. They just... They do whatever they want, when they want, and come up with whatever rhetoric. That's the funny part. They come up with all the rhetoric, and we're supposed to sit there and shut up and just ho-hum, do what you're told. Listen, I know the Republican Party's got its issues. I've said it time and time again, and I'm not standing up every little bit. My fight is with the Democrats and their non-stop lying. It's not even... It can't even sit there and, like, laugh at how bad it is anymore. It's beyond that. It's, oh my God, these people are idiots. They think we just are supposed to sit down and shut up and do as we're told. Well, this American doesn't just shut up and do as he's told. He questions, he speaks out, and I will continue to do that. I am not just going to zip it. Holy for holy. I'm pretty amazed that the Democrats have that big of a balls to come out there and with the rhetoric that they do. That takes balls. I don't even know where to go from there. I really don't. How do you respond to that idiocy? How? It's beyond comprehension. And like I said, it's the same rhetoric over and over again. And that's what amazes me. They can't come up with anything new. I don't know. Let's get on. This one piece, I loved, and it snuck by. I haven't really heard anything, and it's kind of amazing. It's been on the down low. Really has. The GOP introduced a national concealed reciprocity yesterday. It's got a long ways to go, and I know it does. Me knows it does. And I'm okay with that. But they put it out there. They're not sitting back. They're going to start pushing. And that's all I can ask from them. I can't ask for anything less than that. It's I'm trying to find the word. It's absolutely glorious that they saw in them to finally that they're finally going to do something that the American people really want. And don't tell me it's not, because, well, there's so many that have been wanting this. It's now I'm shocked. I'm amazed. And it's the pro-Second Amendment that Trump promised us, and he's putting it forth. I mean, it's what we need. I mean, there's no reason why, just because I step out of Florida, that I lose my right to protect myself. And that's what happens. I step out of Florida, I lose my right. I mean, there's states there, but, I mean, it's really... It could be a pain in the ass trying to figure out what states and all that. And I know there's little books and all that, but laws can change at a whim. And there's no reason why I have to disarm myself if I go to New Jersey. My constitutional right does not end at my state border. I've passed the background checks. I've passed all the regulations. There's no reason why I shouldn't be allowed to carry. Period. Is there some work that needs done on the law? Yeah, there's going to be some work that's going to need done. I'm not going to deny that. I'm doing some research as we go. And the rhetoric that's coming out is amazing. Then that's all the Democrats have anymore is just rhetoric. They don't have truth. They don't have fact. They are going down in this scary ball of flames. And they're not doing anything to help themselves. And that... I can't believe that they're not trying to do anything at this time. They're just... rhetoric after rhetoric. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio. We will be... What the heck's going on? Oh, wrong button. We will be right back.
listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
Good morning.
I'm Michael Wright.
And I'm Shannon Wright.
Okay, folks, that's not how it goes. I think I'm Shannon, and you're
so.
Michael.
Yeah.
Okay. We are The Right Way with Shannon and Mike.
Join us from 7 to 9 a.m. Eastern Time.
Live on SHR Media.
And on TECN.
Where we'll be talking about all kinds of things.
From sports and politics.
To food and entertainment.
To money.
Family.
And anything else in between.
Community, holidays, all kinds of things.
It'll be great. Join us from 7 to 9 a.m. Eastern Time.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
The bloviating Zeppelin. He's big-footed enough radio shows to last a lifetime, courtesy of Sean, Clint, Ken, and Jersey Joe. Now it's time for him to waddle on his own 2 feet via the glorious SHR Media. Gird thy loins for the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. Coming soon to Ossicles near you. Excelsior.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplains.dailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cow for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. So with that bill, what it will do is the National Concealed Carry Reciprocation. It is... The legislation not only establishes national reciprocation for concealed permit holders, but also national reciprocation for residents who live in states that require no permits for concealed carry. In the former situation, the concealed carry permit of any state would be valid in every state, and the identification document in possession of a resident of a constitutional carry state would serve as a permit to carry without a license in other states. Now, and I might get really lambasted. That's going to cause some confusion because then every sheriff, every law enforcement is going to know what every single individual law is for what states allow constitutional carries and which ones don't. It just creates more issues with that. I could see it being, okay, just a card, something, from the constitutional states, a card that shows that you're a state that constitutionally carries. The state gives it out. I don't care what it looks like, how cheap it is. Just a little something that says, here you go. So if you're in other states, they know automatically you're in this state. And they can make it real loud and proud that they are from a state that allows constitutional carry. It's not like any background, you constitutionally right to carry. All you do is go down to one of the offices and they hand you a card. Doesn't even have to have your name on it. Just hand you a card that says you're from a state that constitutionally carries, just so it makes it easier on law enforcement and stops a little bit of the confusion that can go along with a national reciprocation law. I know I'll probably get lambasted for that idea. I'm not saying you'd have to go to the background, even give it your name. They just give you a card that says, loud and proud, you are from a state that has constitutional carry, and it's given to you by the state of so-and-so proudly. Simple idea. That would cover up any type of confusion on that. This would allow me that if I travel from Florida back to my state of New Jersey, I would still be allowed to carry. Plain and simple. I like this. It should have been done a long time ago. I mean, driving is a privilege. And you're allowed to drive in all 50 states with one license. We got notified that Ford is going to stay in America. They've canceled the Mexican expansion plans, and I can't believe there is fucking Democrats complaining about this. Oh, look at the jobs that got lost in Mexico. Oh, it would have been like 700 jobs there. They're only going to be able to keep 400 jobs here. Poor Mexico. The jobs lost there is going to hurt them. What crack are these idiots smoking? Seriously. What crack are you smoking? I don't care. These are American jobs. And they're staying in America, and you're going to complain? Really? I'm dumbfounded. They didn't cut a deal with Trump. They did admit that it had to deal with Trump and his it had to deal with it. It wasn't any benefits that were given. It just they knew that it was going to be beneficial to the company to stay. What's wrong with that? Nothing. As I said, I'm only hearing Democrats complaining. I'm totally amazed. You would complain about saving jobs. Just like they're complaining about Obamacare, that people want to save money. I'm amazed. The high cost of Obamacare has been killing jobs. It sent people from part-time into part-time. That's the majority of the jobs in America nowadays is part-time. Has nothing to do with full-time work. And we keep going around, but the jobs are being saved. And Democrats are complaining. That's what really amazes me. Democrats complaining about this. They're complaining about Obamacare going away, and it has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with anything except they're trying to save a legacy. That's all the Democrats are trying to do. They're not trying to save health care. They're saying, oh, he's going to put the control back in the insurance hands, not the government. Number one, I don't want the government having control. You got to understand, the government took control of a whorehouse. I think it's out in Las Vegas area. Has to be, because I think that's the only area that legalizes it. The place owed back taxes. The government ran a whorehouse into the ground. It's a place you don't need to advertise. You don't need to do anything. And they ran a whorehouse into the ground. That's how bad our government is running business. I don't want them running my health care. I don't want them destroying my health care anymore. They screwed up our health care so bad. I mean, the costs are so high, it's ridiculous. I mean, the costs are up there. And the costs are still rising. These insurance companies are pulling out of states. You want to know what the Republican plan is? Pretty much they're going to leave a lot of it in place, and they're going to remove the state border, and they're going to remove the mandate. They're going to remove the fine of the American people for not buying a product. But they're going to remove the borders and allow companies to cross state lines. Which then means you'll have more insurance companies in more states. Which means competition, which means lower rates, more options. See, government doesn't like competition. That's why they don't like the mob. Bump. So it's the Republicans aren't out to destroy the Medicaid and Medicare and Social Security. No. But I trust them more to try to fix what the Democrats fucked up. That the Democrats are allowing so many illegal immigrants to get Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security that they've never paid a dime into. Then they wonder why it's broke. How about the part that they keep taking money out of Social Security funds to fund illegal immigrants? So basically what they're doing is they're telling the hardworking Americans, you're busting your ass, you're paying into the system, and we're going to take that money away from you, and we're going to give it to people that have never paid a day one into it. Not even a dime. Not even a fucking penny have they paid into it, and we're going to give it to them at no cost. But you're going to continue to work, and we're going to use the threat of taking that away from you to make you work harder and pay more money into it, so we could just give that money to other people. Why should I have the government holding that over me? I liked Bill Clinton's idea. I think it was Bill Clinton who wanted to do a 401k. You controlled it. You dealt with it. It was mandated you would have to give X amount of money into a 401k, but it was your control and took it away from the government. That got shot down by the Democrats real quick because they don't want you controlling your own destiny. They don't want you controlling your life. They want you in fear of the government. Well, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm at a loss with the Democrats anymore. What I'm not at a loss with, you are listening to the Reaver of Common Sense, and we will be right back after this commercial.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
Good morning.
I'm Michael Wright.
And I'm Shannon Wright.
Okay, folks, that's not how it goes. I think I'm Shannon, and
I
you're
think so.
Michael.
Yeah.
Okay. We are The Right Way with Shannon and Mike.
Join us from 7 to 9 a.m. Eastern Time.
Live on SHR Media.
And on TECN.
Where we'll be talking about all kinds of things.
From sports and politics.
To food and entertainment.
To money.
Family.
And anything else in between.
Community, holidays, all kinds of things.
It'll be great. Join us from 7 to 9 a.m. Eastern Time.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. And we also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
The bloviating Zeppelin. He's big-footed enough radio shows to last a lifetime, courtesy of Sean, Clint, Ken, and Jersey Joe. Now it's time for him to waddle on his own 2 feet. Via the glorious SHR Media. Gird thy loins for the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. Coming soon to Ossicles near you. Excelsior.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid program.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the Unpleasant Blind Guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. So I'm sitting here, and I got it on C-SPAN. And they're waiting for a Senate quorum to be called. So they're scrolling through the tweets of politicians. And Democrats are out there tweeting about the repeal of Obamacare will make America sick again and all this crap. How about it'll make insurance affordable again? How about I thought you didn't want politicians tweeting? Oh, wait, that's only you don't want Trump doing it. Your rhetoric can go out on Twitter because that's what they want. They only want their message out there and nobody else's message. And that's exactly what it is. They don't like that he is using the same platform they are to get their propaganda out. They now have to compete against Trump. And they don't want that. Oh, look, Schumer came out. He's apologizing about something, but he said, I want to work with you, but we're not going to work with you. He is quoted as saying they're going to block Trump at every turn. And then at the end, he says, us Democrats don't block just the block. That's how the rhetoric goes. He contradicts himself within like 3 sentences. He contradicts himself. He tells how he's going to block Trump at every turn. But he'll work with him if he leaves the Republican Party. They'll work with him. So in other words, they know his plans are going to work. What he wants to do is going to work and resonate with the American people. So they want him to leave the Republican Party, come to the Democrat Party so they can get the glory of his policies. The rhetoric is strong with that group. The rhetoric is oh so strong. Kicking millions of people. Millions have already lost their insurance, you dumbass. I don't hear him out there whining about them. He tells them, oh, well, it's better for the other millions. They don't talk about the millions that have lost insurance because they can't fucking afford it and now are being fined by the government for not being able to afford a product. I wish Chuck Schumer would talk about that. Oh, and now they're really... He said he's not going to cut Medicare, and he's trying to cut Medicare. No, he isn't. And any of the Americans buy into this bullshit, you're dumber than dog shit at this point. It is the same rhetoric. And that's what's scary. It's the same thing coming out of the Democrat mouth that I have heard for the last 20 or 30 years. Same thing. Scare tactics, racist, sexist, scare tactic. They want to destroy Social Security. They're going to do away with Social Security. He's a racist. They're going to do away with Social Security. Same bullshit over and over again. And I'm supposed to believe them? I was hoping that maybe they would wake up Harry Reid gone, they'd get a little change. I love how, well, we're going to work with you. We're going to work with you. No, we're not going to work with you. We're going to block every chance we get. And how dumb do they think the American people are? This is just... And you know, it's funny, if they didn't try... Look at that. They broke their promise. They said they were going to try to repeal it, and they didn't do it. They lied. Oh, God, they're actually going to do it. They're going to repeal. And they can be successful this time around because, well, they have control. And that's the Democrats are running scared. Because no matter what, we could put the perfect plan out there. America could be happy, and the Democrats would be out there. It sucks. It's killing people. They're going to do away with Social Security. Wah, wah. If Obamacare would have been successful when it first passed, I thought, damn, this is going to help a lot of people. This might be great for the country. I might have been wrong. And then it got implemented, and the hell came to America. So it wasn't I was blocking just the block. I want to see something that's great for America. I want to see something that helps the American people. I honestly don't understand. I mean, we're one of the best countries out of there, if not the best countries. I know we're in trouble right now. And there's third world countries that are able to help with insurance and do it affordably. I don't understand why we can't do it in this country, why we can't have something. I know it's not socialism, just shut up. It's not that, but there's no reason why we can't help. And it's hard for me to explain, but there's got to be a balance out there. There's got to be a balance. Okay? Let's just leave it at that. So I wasn't against Obamacare just because it's Obamacare and the Democrats put it forth. I really don't give a flying fudge who puts it forth. If they put forth a plan that works, I will back it. So, it's the same rhetoric. They're out there beating their chests because they know they really can't do anything. And if they somehow block it, do you know how much power that's going to give the Republicans in 2018? For these senators that are in red states that Trump won, if they block replacing Obamacare, they're screwed. They're going to give up majority. Right now, if I was the Democrats, I'd be saying, okay, you know what? Inadvertently, our Obamacare is not working, and we need to do something. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to sit down with the Republicans, and we're going to come up with a plan to replace it, put a better system in. This is the 1.0. We're going to put out 2.0. And we're going to work with them hand in hand to repeal and replace this and get this done fast and painless. And that would win the hearts and minds of people. They'd be like, holy shit. You know what? They admitted they did something wrong. They're correcting it. They're taking responsibility. They're going forward. They're working together. And they wouldn't have to give up a lot to do it. And they wouldn't lose face in American people. I think they would gain some support. They would look like the bigger party. Look at that. You know, they had issues and they put everything aside and they're working together. No, they go out there and cry. They cry and bang their chest, beat on their chest. Oh, I'm so big. Look at us. Jesus, just go out there. Hey, you know what? This went to hell. It went to hell. So we're going to work with them. It was inadvertent. We didn't, you know, we went out there with the best intentions and it didn't work. I don't know about you guys. I would actually, hey, you know what? Hey, they're humans. They made a mistake just like I would have. Holy shit. Yeah. Yeah. Nah. They got to go with the rhetoric. That makes me want to puke. That pushes me further away from the Democrat Party. And they don't understand it. They keep up with their rhetoric and talking their shit. And they can't get it through their head to understand that I'm not going to buy into it. It's almost amazing. It's scary. It really is. They just can't get it through their head. So, on a bit of good news, as Schumer goes on with his hot air, Megyn Kelly is leaving Fox News for nothing but communism. NBC. She has 2 shows lined up. She'll have a daytime political talk show. And then on Sunday nights, she'll have a show. And then she'll be used for special political commentary. She didn't get anywhere the money that she wanted. NBC couldn't afford it. It's funny. She says that had nothing to do with it. Money had nothing to do with it. But she was mandating $25 million from Fox. But NBC was able to come in and give her all these shows in the time frame she wanted. But she didn't want money. She wanted away from Fox. That's what it came down to. She didn't want to be with Fox anymore. Good. Hasta la vista, baby. Na, 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 na. Bye-bye. I'm glad she's gone. And now Fox is talking that they're going to put a pro-Trump female in her spot. You know what? She immediately went against... I'll talk more tomorrow. California has hired Eric Holder as a way to fight Trump. They hired the guy that was held in contempt of court with Congress. The one who couldn't get shit done except Fast and Furious. They've hired him to fight against Trump, I guess. I'm guessing because I haven't gone through all the information on sanctuary cities, all that legal shit. It's funny. Listen. So a vote has started advanced budget resolution, which will start the healthcare repeal process. I don't know what the exact number is, but hopefully it'll pass. The vote's going on now, and I'll keep everybody up to date on that. Don't forget, tonight is the best conservative night on Sackhead's radio station. Hang on, let me bring it up because I always forget. There's more. We just picked up a couple new shows. Besides, we already had several new show premiere. We picked up like 1 or 2 more shows. We're expanding, and it's unbelievable. Let's see. So, it will start roughly 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the right guys, with Ralph Chittum and Lonnie Poindexter. And then at 6 o'clock, we'll have the Conservative Syndicate. And actually at 2 o'clock, we have the Lid Radio Show every Wednesday. But Monday through Friday at 4 p.m., we have the right guys with Ralph Chittum and Lonnie Poindexter. Let me even back it up further. Every Monday at 7 a.m., we have the Right Way with Shannon and Mike. Of course, myself, the Reaver of Common Sense at 11. Unpleasant Blind Guy, his clips play at 1 o'clock. At 4 o'clock, live, we have The Right Guys with Ralph Chinham. Then it goes 6 p.m., The Conservative Syndicate live every Monday through Friday. Now, of course, at 9 p.m. every Monday through Thursday, we have the Exceptional Conservative Show. And Wednesday is a great night because we also have the Lid Radio Show at 2 o'clock. 8 o'clock, we have the Southside Month with the Jersey Boys, myself, Jersey Joe, and Crash. And then 11 o'clock, we have the Sackheads Radio Show. We have a great lineup. So Wednesday night, it will start, the evening shows will start at 4 o'clock with The Right Guys with Ralph Chinham, followed by the Conservative Syndicates, followed by the Southside Much So with Jersey Joe and Crash, the Jersey Boys. Then it will go to the Exceptional Conservative Show at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, followed by 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the Sackheads Radio Show. Best night in conservative radio every Wednesday right here. We will be right back after these brief messages. Why isn't that playing?
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
Good morning.
I'm Michael Wright.
And I'm Shannon Wright.
Okay, folks, that's not how it goes. I think I'm Shannon, and
I
you're
think so.
Michael.
Yeah.
Okay. We are The Right Way with Shannon and Mike.
Join us from 7 to 9 a.m. Eastern Time.
Live on SHR Media.
And on TECN.
Where we'll be talking about all kinds of things.
From sports and politics.
To food and entertainment.
To money.
Family.
And anything else in between.
Community, holidays, all kinds of things.
It'll be great. Join us from 7 to 9 a.m. Eastern Time.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our Gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
The bloviating Zeppelin. He's big-footed enough radio shows to last a lifetime, courtesy of Sean, Clint, Ken, and Jersey Joe. Now it's time for him to waddle on his own 2 feet. Via the glorious SHR Media. Gird thy loins for the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. Coming soon to Ossicles near you. Excelsior.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mud Show with its host, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. As I said, I'm trying. When it comes to Democrats, it doesn't always make sense. I don't know. Right now, it's a budget resolution and healthcare law repeal. Simple majority needed to advance. It's 19 yes, 17 no so far. And, out of nowhere, all of a sudden, the Republicans will come running in. And I mean, they got the majority in the Senate, so I'm sure it will pass. So we're on the start of the straightening out our health care. It's needed. And Senate, I think it was yesterday, they were pushing for new Russian hacking probe, and it has fizzled and failed. Senator John McCain and Lindsey Graham have called it quits on their effort to create a select committee on cybersecurity to investigate Russia's alleged interference in the 2016 election. From Politico, John McCain and Lindsey Graham are backing off of their push for a select committee on cybersecurity after Russia interference in the election, bowing to political reality that the Senate Republican conference largely does not back their idea. I want to see proof. I don't think I'm asking for too much. I want to see proof. I trust Obama about as much as I trust a fart after having diarrhea. I hate to put it that way, but that's the best way I can explain it. That's how much I trust Obama. And you never trust the fart after that. Not for days. It is what it is, and I don't believe, and what they have done, Russia has done, they've been doing for the last 75 years. Democrats found it as an excuse to try to divert off of why they lost. And that's what keeps pushing me away from ever supporting anybody in the Democrat Party. I mean, there's a lot of reasons. One of them is they just cannot take responsibility for themselves. They always have to find something else to blame. I told you with Schumer, I would be about the Obamacare. Let's step up. Let's work together. Let's get this done. This is what we're going to do. A, B, C, X, Y, Z. And Obamacare is the 1.0. Let's go for the 2.0. Let's correct the mistakes. We know where there's issues. We know where the high costs went. And divert the blame into solutions and look like the hero. Anybody and everybody can point their fingers about what's wrong with the world. It's another thing to come in and say, I got the answers. One of the things we did as chief officers of the squad when we had our little meetings, it wasn't just for you to come in and point out where all the mistakes were and the issues. You had to come in with answers, suggestions, right, wrong, and different. You had to also come in with a suggestion on how to create or fix those problems. I don't think that is too much to ask for. Democrats sat there and said, well, if you're going to repeal, you got to have a replacement. They've been saying that for years. And what happened? Republicans say, we got an idea. This is what we want to replace it with. And the Democrats are going, oh, shit. They keep calling out the Republicans. The Republicans keep smack. They don't learn. People are tired of the finger pointing. They're tired of it. I want solutions, not problems. And I see the Republicans are coming with solutions. They may not be perfect solutions. We used to have a government that would debate and try to come up with the best solution out of an idea. Now it's either my party's solution or nothing. You don't see many politicians getting together. And that's what needs to happen. Well, right now it's 27 yeses, 33 noes. There's also committees going on, so they're trying to get everybody in. And both sides agreed that time would be allotted for it. We got too many goddamn committees. We need to start. You're supposed to be in session. You're going to be in session. End of story. Like I said, it's a great night tonight for SHR Media. I think Crash is going to be able to make it in. His liberal flu, I think, is almost over. We're going to be talking about, some of this stuff that's going on right now. Oh, and update. It was originally the only president that was going to show up for the inauguration was Jimmy Carter. Now it's the only president that's not showing up is George Bush 41, and it's because of health reasons is the reason he's not showing up. Bill and Hillary will be showing up. Bill showing up as ex-president. She's showing up as first lady. And one person, that's not fair. Why does the world keep hitting Hillary? She suffered enough. Seriously, someone actually said that. No, that's not it. No. She ran, she lost, the world is not hitting her. Get over it. She's going because her husband is an ex-president. They're all going like they should. Zip it with the whining and crying and the world's against. Enough. All right, I will be back tonight for the Southside Mutts right here on SHR Media. 8 o'clock. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Followed by at 9 p.m. for the Reaver of Common Sense. Or excuse me. 9 o'clock is Ken the Conservative, followed by 11 o'clock with the Sackheads radio show. And then 11 o'clock tomorrow, I'll be back with the Reaver of Common Sense. So that'll be enough of me screwing up the lineup. Have a great day. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.